It's December the 24th, 2014. This is Mary Omni from the House of King David. And I just want to send my condolences to the family of Antonio Martin, another young teenager killed in Ferguson and Armageddon. Now, I wonder if you could have passed some videos telling them to get out of Babylon. Could you have passed the videos that I did telling them to get out of Babylon and to come to Alaska? Because sometimes when the kingdom gives you a message and you turn your back, you should consider yourself the succubus and incubus when you turn your backs. When you've given some vital information and you have the ability to pass this vital information around and you don't, consider yourself the succubus and incubus. That means you're giving energy to the enemy for our demise, okay? The title of this video is called Airplane Warnings and Visions. Airplanes, warnings, and vision. The airplanes that you see in the sky and that we use to travel are not what you think they are. They are not what you think they are. You think it's an advancement of human ingenuity. It is not. It is not. And if I told you exactly what airplanes were, I think you will lose. If you're a male, your testicles will fall off. And if you're female, your womb will fall out of place. Because, see, that's how diabolical this evil is that we call airplanes, okay? And traveling by airplane is becoming more and more dangerous. Now, they say that it is safer up in the air than on the ground in a car or by train, like it's one of the safest modes of transportation. Well, that may be, but if you way up in the air and your airplane starts falling apart, because see, that's what's happening now. The airplanes are actually falling apart in the sky. They blaming it on Fukushima. They blaming it on Fukushima and some kind of radiation. I mean, they're actually taping airplanes and taping wings together. They're literally disintegrating in the sky with people in them, and it's being hush-hush, and they don't want to really tell you what's going on. What's going on is airplanes are not what you think they are, number one. Number two is we're in the war of Armageddon, okay? We're in the war of Armageddon, and part of Babylon falling is part of the kingdom claiming the skies or reclaiming the skies, or the kingdom letting you know that anti-gravity was a gift that the kingdom gave to you. In other words, your anti-gravity technology is really something you borrowed, okay? So it's twofold, because we have opposing forces also clashing with the new kingdom millennium of David. And all this clashing in the sky is not just radiation, it's molecular structure changes, okay? The earth has gone through molecular structure changes, and so did the air. Fukushima may have been something to do with it. They said March of 2011, but prior to March of 2011, there was a cosmic change. The second son was born February the 15th, 2011. So there was a molecular structural change. You don't give the birth to a second son, or a second son is not born without molecular structure being changed. So I'm telling you, airplanes are going to be crashing into buildings. This is the vision. They're going to be crashing into buildings all over the place. They're going to be literally falling out the sky. So if you want to get to some place like Alaska, you better hurry up. Airplanes going to be, crashing all over the place, falling into buildings, disintegrating in the sky. And meanwhile, they're going to, at the same time, at this war, they're going to be trying to lock blacks in the ghetto and to line them up against the wall. This was a vision, and to exterminate them. So I told you, and you're very hard-headed. You're extremely hard-headed. You think I'm telling you this for luxury. The kingdom is trying to save some of its teenagers. It's not worried about your old asses who say, well, it's hard to move. It wasn't a matter of you being convenienced or inconvenienced. It's a matter of saving lives. Get off the continent. Get out of Babylon. Hurry up, because the airplanes and stuff is falling apart. I wouldn't want to come by airplane anyway. I'm going to have a video of this guy who traveled from California to Alaska, and he's an Incorporate Doctrine, and he's escaped California. He's coming to Alaska to claim a land and some home and to get out of Babylon. And I'm going to have a video link at the bottom of this, him. And, I'm going to have two of his links. And one of them is a black guy coming in his house, his new home that he's showing off, and installing his internet and stuff like that. Okay, this is Mary Omni from the House of King David. Shalom.